Yeah. What's up, guys? Nasser coming at you with another Master Duel video on Christmas too. Only reason I didn't record this earlier was because I was fucking sleeping after last night, setting up and doing some stuff around the house. But we're here, another Master Duel video on Christmas, and it's another Dinomorphia video. But this is a little bit of Dinomorphia mixed with Lab, because in the last video where I played Dinos with Dinomorphia, for people that said I didn't play just strictly Dinomorphia, even though Dinomorphia is literally just dinos, and the dino car search Dinomorphia, but we're not gonna talk about that. Anyway, we're playing Lab Dinomorphia because, as you saw in my Lab Buster Blader video, it's like boom, you mix Lab with any deck that needs traps and you're golden. And the difference with Lab Buster Blader versus Lab Dinomorphia is, in Buster Blader you kind of needed two cards if you didn't have access to get a dragon engraved beforehand. Because if you, for the people that don't know or didn't watch that video, Buster Blader with Lab, you needed to be able to set prologue to even bring out Buster Dragon unless you synchro something did. And then to bring out the Buster Blader, you needed Buster Blader and the Whelp. But that combo doesn't, it's not a one card combo where you have a dragon engrave unless you either have prologue, or you have not prologue, you either need to have memories engraved already, or you need to have a dragon engraved already to do the full combo. And you normally needed to run another card to throw the dragon or Buster Blader engraved, depending on what you needed. But with this deck, this is only going to need strictly if you're going to be playing this optimally Frenzy, being the Dinomorphia card you search out of your deck. If you're not going to run Frenzy, then you can run Domain, but Domain isn't as good because Frenzy uses one monster from the main deck and one monster from extra deck, and because we're playing two stuffed Bergias, this card doesn't really get used like that, so you just throw this to grave off of Frenzy. But you can also run Domain, and Domain you'll just be using the main deck, using monsters. It's a future summon one Dinomorphia monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand, deck, or field as material, which isn't as good because then you're not going to be getting rid of these stuffed bergs, which is why we're only running one Domain for the people who are curious. But we're not going to go into the deck profile too heavy. We're going to go ahead and get into replay, so we'll get into the deck profile afterwards. So I'll see you on the first replay. Alright, we're into replay number one, and as you can see, we have Maxi, we have Labyrinth, we have Ferret Flames, we have D-Barrier, and we have Big Welcome in here. And we're going second, so we're going to pop Maxi automatically. You already know he's playing Branded. So the D-Barrier will help in this situation because when he decides to go Fusion Summon, we can stop his Fusion Summoning with that alone. And for top deck, we top deck Lady Labyrinth, which is good because since we activate Ariana, then we can special summon Lady. He has Max C, so you're only going to get one draw here, that's fine. I actually, if he didn't go Max C, I could have went crazy. I could have went and grabbed Ku-Klux, send Ku-Klux. Since I have Fiends on the field, I could activate Big Welcome. Big Welcome starts doing Big Welcome things turn one, but that would have been playing in the Max C, so I just grabbed Lady Labyrinth for an extra pop. And he gets rid of, oh yeah, I didn't have one, so he banishes his Lubellion to draw Dragon next turn. So, oh yeah, he also shuffles the Lubellion back to then grab a card from his deck, just a random one. And then we set Ferret Flames. What Ferret Flames does is, if the combined attack of all monsters face up, if all face up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, make your opponent shuffle face up monsters they control into the deck in their choice, except the monsters with 0 attack, so that the combined attack of all the remaining monsters they control is less than or equal to your life points. So the way you want to use Ferret Flames is when you're playing Dinomorphia, which is kind of funny because it has Dino cards on here. I don't know if this is a Dino card, like a rogue Dino card that just isn't in the main Dino archetype, it just works with one. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to lower your life points to basically nothing, which is what Domain in Frenzy does. Then say they have a field full of huge things that you need to out, but you know, like let's say they can't be targeted or shit like that. This is like evenly where they have to pick and shuffle them face up into the deck, so they have to pick up until they're equal to or less than your life points. And if you have 1,000 life points, that means that they have to get rid of everything until they have 1,000 life points or less. And if all their stuff on the field is more than that, then they empty their field. I didn't show it off in this game properly, but you're gonna see it in one of these replays. I think that I used Ferret Flames properly and just cleared the board. So at the start of the turn, I'm like, all right, I don't want to fucking wait to his main phase and then he drops fucking branded fusion, because I was thinking D barrier wouldn't stop him from bringing something out, and if he knows I have D barrier, which I don't think he could have, but he could have guessed, then it's like, you know, I don't want him fucking me over with that. So I initially went big welcome first to see if he had Ash. He didn't have Ash. Okay, boom boom, going to D barrier, call fusions. I could set this, but because I didn't have a coup clock, I couldn't play it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. If he, as long as he don't pop it, I can just play it next turn, and then Ferret Flames will help. We do the big welcome stuff. We pop Branded Lost, only because I was going to snipe a card out of his hand. I wasn't going to pop Regained. In hindsight, being 2020, I should pop Regained. I had multiple opportunities to pop Regained and I didn't. Standard branded stuff. We drew Called By, we set Called By, popped the card out of his hand, Axel Synchron, or not Axel, Assault Synchron. He had another Bastille Rebellion. He drew Drew Swarm. Drew Swarm is going to banish the Axel Synchron, or Assault. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it Axel. That's the level 8. He sets that. He gets rid of me with Drew Swarm. And then he banishes me because he just have to have 2 fucking Bastilles. He puts down Brand Beast, and I was like, okay, I'm prepared for this, but I can't play it this turn. I have to wait till next turn to activate Big Welcome Engrave to split, to shuffle back Branded Beast. So I'm like, all right, cool. And he milled as one of, wait, was that the mill? No, it was off of Serenir. He set the Branded Fusion. So maybe he was gonna send another, or maybe he's going to eventually send another Bastille card or another branded card to pick back up Branded Fusion, because he has some in his deck. But as of right now, he just milled it off of Bastille Serenir, which I didn't know. It says branded cards, branded spell and traps, but I just never thought, because I've never seen anybody intentionally mill Branded Fusion. But he had to, because he can't fusion summon this turn. So right now he's just fucking me over with the Bastilles. And then he grabbed back Branded Lost, so it was like, yeah, none of that would have happened if I got rid of Regain, because he might not have gone into Branded Beast, but who knows. But it doesn't matter. We top deck 3 easier. Bringing back out Drew Swarm, that's cool. I'm not worried about it. He's gonna play Beast, but like I said, I have Welcome Engraved, so I'm not worried about Beast. So pop Ferret Flames, because I was trying to make him drop some cards, even though I have only 7,000 life points. Should have waited, but I didn't want him branded beasting more cards. And he's gonna target with Branded Beast Dinomorphia Frenzy. But like I said, I had Big Welcome. Big Welcome's gonna put that back, and I banished Drew Swarm because I'm tired of it. Forgetting that Regained is there. Forgot about that. Special summon that back, set down another Big Welcome, and we're gonna start hitting. So that hopefully next time when he has Branded Beast back on the field, the only thing he contribute is Bastille Rebellion, because he'll get the ability to bring something back off Regain, which, like I said, this is why I should have got rid of Regain a lot earlier, but I wasn't worried about it because I wasn't thinking it was going to be a problem. Bring back Ice Dragon's Prison, put Coup Clock down just in case, so I can use this turn when I need to. And the reason I didn't go into Lovely Labyrinth is because it's banished and I only run 1, which that is something I would say, if you're worried about this getting banished, which it will happen sometimes, you might want to run a second one of these. Bare minimum or maximum 2, bare minimum 1, because like I said, when he gets banished, then you kind of just are screwed out of that play now. So I have Ice Dragon's Prison at any time. We're gonna head and pop Dinomorphia Frenzy, because Frenzy is gonna allow me to be able to, 1, special summon another fiend, and 2, he won't be able to activate anything with higher attack than my life points. So bring out Rextrom. He has the Assault Synchron going into Chaos Angel, which kinda is annoying, but he can't activate Chaos Angel. But because he used the Bastille Rebellion and the Assault Synchron, guess what? Synchro monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's by your monster effects activated by your opponent. And when I tried to go Rextrom, he just hit me anyway, and my life points were too low. I forgot about that part of Chaos Angel's effect, where he is unaffected by monster effects So that is something to worry about with Dinomorphia. If you're trying to use it against Chaos Angel, that part of his effect will save him, so you gotta be careful about that. So let's go ahead and get into replay number 2. Alright, we're back with replay number 2, and as you see, we have regular welcome, not big welcome, solemn judgment called by Lady Labyrinth, and then Chandelier. And our opening hand, and we're going first. So we're gonna go ahead and set those 3, drop Chandelier with Lady Labyrinth, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab big welcome off the Chandelier, so then that's our way of bringing back the lady, and we have regular welcome, so that's our way of bringing out what's her name? Not big welcome. Lovely Labyrinth, that's her name. We're gonna bring out Lovely with regular welcome Labyrinth, and then we'll shuffle Lady Labyrinth back into our hand off of big welcome, which he immediately tries to juice form us. So we're like, okay, boom, we're gonna bring back welcome. I was going to chain this, but then he chains Max C. After chaining Max C, we chain called by. He then chains branded opening, and I was like, do I want to waste solemn judgment on branded opening? Because yeah, you could waste it on what is it called? You could waste it on something like Max C, or not Max C. You can waste it on branded fusion specifically, but I'm like, I'm not really worried about him, because if he's activating this, he either doesn't have it or he's grabbing something related to it that might get him into it. So I'm like, fuck it, no branded opening, banish the Max C, you're not getting any cards. And in my dumb ass, not thinking, I grabbed Lady Labyrinth instead of Lovely, and I don't remember why I didn't activate big welcome. I think maybe that's why. I was like, this is gonna get banished, and I didn't want to waste big welcome on grabbing this when I could bring out a Lovely. And because I still have, no, because this is my last one, so I don't need this. So I was like, fuck it, we can just bring out Lovely off that. So I was like, I guess I played that a little weird. Maybe I was doing that so that I could set Frenzy, because if I'd have did it the other way around, where I chained big welcome, I wouldn't have been able to put Frenzy on the field. Maybe that was my intentions. I honestly can't remember right now. Lovely, Chandelier, and then Lady. Put the Chandelier back in hand. Drop the fusion deployment. He attacks. Gonna drop one of my cards. He can't target Lady, so he gets rid of Lovely. Now we have Dinomorphia Frenzy. We have Chandelier, and we drew Domain. And as I said, Domain is the last fusion, not fusion, no, yeah, it is a fusion card. This is the last one you want to get. You'd rather have Frenzy. That's why you're running 3 and only 1 Domain. Domain is the last resort type shit. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna drop this off Chandelier. Drop that, set welcome Labyrinth, attack. We're gonna go into Frenzy when we need it. I don't need to go into it right now because I don't know what he's playing. Like, yeah, he played a Bistille, but he could be playing Bistilles anything. And then, don't know if he top deck Branded Fusion or if he just had it in his hand, but I'm like, alright, fuck it. I'm not worried about it. Set Ice Dragon's Prison. Drop the Theresia and the Stealth Bergia to then go into Ketragina. I wanted to go Ketragina before he activated Albion, but he's the turn player, so I can't do that. We're going to activate... This is low-key where I messed up. I activated Frenzy and Grave when I should have activated Domain, because I forgot Ketragina has to target it in the graveyard, and I was like, oh, when I realized that, I fucked up. Granted, in the end, it low-key was better that I did it this way, but it was a misplay in the moment, not gonna lie. Because when I did that, I was like, ah, fuck, now I have to banish Domain. But the good thing about this is that I put this in attack position, and if he goes into something like annoyingly strong, he had the potential to hit Ketragina and kill it. And I was like, alright, fuck it. I'll go into Rexstrom off the Ketragina because of the misplay. And he goes into Titaniclad. And the reason he goes Titaniclad is because for the rest of this turn, it is unaffected by activated effects of any other monster special summoned from the extra deck. It is unaffected by the activated effects of any other monster special from the extra deck. Yeah, and when I was reading this in the moment, I don't know why I thought it said is unaffected by monsters except from the extra deck. But I activate Big Welcome, get Titaniclad out of here, and then I'm like, alright, we're good. Set regular welcome, activate the Chandelier, put that back in my hand, and we avoided dying to that card. because if Titaniclad was any stronger, I had the possibility of dying just from him attacking too strong, which had happened to me against one branded player, so that's why I was a little bit cautious of it, and that's why when I had Big Welcome Engrave, I got that out of there, because I remember getting screwed over by thinking I could bring Titaniclad down when he attacked me and he killed me. So that's how game 2 went, and let's go into game 3. Alright, we're in here in game 3, and as you see, another starting hand. We got Domain this time in hand. It's another Solemn Judgment, which is kind of good because with Brandon running around a lot, Solemn Judgment is good at really just stopping them. And also, if you have Domain, or if you have, what's the other one? Domain or Frenzy in hand, this is a really good way of lowering your life points faster, because you already, with Domain and Frenzy, half your life points. So this halves your life points before that, which just gets you lower and makes it so that they're activating less and less effects. So we got Solemn Judgment called by Lovely in hand, and then Kuklok. If I had one of the my Chandelier or Torbies, then I could go into Lovely Labyrinth, then into that drop or I could go Labyrinth Kuklok, activate that, drop Torby or Chandelier with the Lovely, then we could go into special summoning Labyrinth Kuklok, and then setting a Big Welcome, and then going into it, putting Kuklok back in hand, then boom, knock a card out of his hand, turn 0, we already made him drop something, and then we're now potentially knowing what he's playing depending on what we hit. Solemn Judgment, Domain, called by, and these two in hand don't really do anything. So just right now we're kind of just like, well, okay, what's he playing? And he's actually playing Amazonas, which is kind of sad because it's not a good deck. I love Amazonas. Like, I was playing this for a good minute after it came out. I fuck with the Amazons, but it's just they're not good enough to run. So I'm like, all right, cool, I don't really care. He brings that out, bring out Call, goes into battle. I'm like, all right, he only because I think you have to special summon this in defense position. No, he just chose to special summon in defense. He chose to summon in defense because I guess he was scared of my back row. I'm like, alright, cool, I'll take the 1900 to the face. Not really tripping on losing life points. He goes Secret Arts, and I'm like, yeah, no, you're not doing that. Solemn Judgment that. And I'm gonna end my turn. I don't have to activate Domain yet because I don't really want to use Domain. I'd rather use Frenzy, so I'm like, let me see what I get. We get Kuklok, not Kuklok, we get Ariana. Ariana's gonna get us into our lab shit. He activates Amazona's Call, puts the Spiritualist in hand, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Spiritualist. We set Big Welcome, activate Kuklok, special summon, put that back in the hand, pop a card in hand. We popped Raigeki, which fucking great that we got that card out of his hand, because Jesus, that would have fucked me. Now we can go into Domain and start doing damage. Go into Ketragina. Ketragina's gonna activate. We're gonna go into Rexstrom. And honestly, I don't have to activate the effect. Also, we're at the fucking weirdest life points ever. It's 763. But we're gonna activate it. Just get some more damage in. Do 2000 to him. Get him out. And I was looking in the grave. I was like, do I want to banish War Chief or Baby Tiger right now? Because I remember that there was a card, I think it was Secret Arts, that if this card's in the grave, you can fusion summon an Amazonas card this turn. And I was like, well, when he banishes it, and I was like, do I want to do that now? Because I don't remember any of what the Amazonas extra deck cards require. So I was like, I'll keep the call by, I won't activate it preemptively, but if he goes for that, I'm banishing one of those cards. Brings out another War Chief. I was like, you know what, fucking negate the War Chief. We're not gonna bring it out. Keep it in your hand. He goes into Spiritualist, Baby Tiger comes out, and I'm like, alright, yeah, no, we're not letting this go through. And then he scoops. This happened a lot. It was hard to get replays with this deck because I was either getting my ass beat and just not able to do anything, or I was beating their ass within like 3 to 5 turns and then they just scoop. Or hell, sometimes I didn't even beat their ass, as you saw right there. I'm just about to start popping shit and then they're just like, you know what, you got it, because yeah, and I need every card that I got. And that's the thing with Labyrinth, they're able to either keep popping cards or keep your opponent at a disadvantage, while also the Dinomorphia cards, they lower your life points and put you in danger, yes, but unless they have something specifically that's unaffected by activated monster effects, which is something that a lot of decks are running, but if they don't have that, then it's like, alright bro, they're screwed. Because this was at rank, this was in Diamond 5 or 4 I was playing this in, because I can't get past Diamond 5 or 4 right now. But yeah, I was running this and I was just I was either winning immediately or I was just opening a bad hand and losing, or sometimes opening a good hand like you saw in game 1, and I just got unfortunately fucked by card text. But let's go ahead and look at the deck and see what cards, because I did change some stuff. Alright, we're in the Dino Lab deck profile, and we're just going to go through this real fast because we've gone through Lab before on the channel, so I'm not going to spend too long on it. 2 Coup Clock necessity, 2 Tory Beast necessity, 3 Labyrinth Chandeliers necessity. Now the reason you're running more Lab cards than Dinos is because Lab cards grab all your stuff, and Dino doesn't really do you any good. Like just playing like what I was playing in my last Dinomorphia video where I was playing Dinos with the few Dinomorphia cards, it's like there's not really a reason to run those because the Dinomorphia engine only really needs 3 Theresias, 2 to 3, but 3 if you're going to be playing Domain with Frenzy. And I thought I was running 3 Frenzies, apparently we're only 2. We're running 3 Theresias, we're running 1 Diplos for the Domain. We're running 2 Arianas, just standard lab stuff. 2 Arianas, 1 lovely Labyrinth. Like I said, you might want to run the second one, but I don't have a second one, so I'm not running a second one. But a second one of those would not be bad, just in case your one gets banished, because traditionally you don't really have a way of getting it back. And we're running 2 ladies. We're running what I wasn't running in the original deck. I ran triple tax and I ran thrust. Thrust will get you one of your Dinomorphia cards or any one of your normal traps if you need it. And then Triple Tactics has the ability to either grab a monster, look at their hand, shuffle 1 back, or draw 1, or not draw 1, draw 2, just in case you need to get into something. 1 Lady Labyrinth, 2 Called By, 1 Crossout, standard Maxi stuff, 2 Maxis, 2 Ash Blossoms. Do need to get on the making of the 3rd one of these, but I'm just like, I don't see the necessity right now. There's not really a rush with having 2 of each. Deck Devastation Virus, which I converges with me when I was making this, and I was like, on one hand, yeah, but at the same time, nah, cause Deck Devastation is good, but it's only good at hitting stuff with 1500 or less attack. And as you saw, well, actually I didn't put this in replay, but there was a match that I went against somebody and he had nothing but high level monsters in his hand. I'm pretty sure I was playing another branded player, another D-Link guy. And I was like, damn, what the fuck do I do? Because when you deck devastation them and they have only high level shit in their hand, it's like, well, you can't deck devastate them now. They have to draw into something weaker now. They can keep all the stuff in their hand and on the field potentially. So it's like deck devastation is good. But I did look at playing some of the other virus cards, and I think Eradicator is good if you want to throw it in there just as an option, but you have to get lucky and get into it basically. And I looked at it, the other one that was better was Crush Card, because Crush Card was 1500 or more, and then your opponent can send 3 monsters from deck. But that's the problem with Crush Card virus. Crush Card it's the same thing, but you have to tribute 1000 or less. Your opponent takes no damage until the end of the next turn after this card resolves. Also, your opponent looks at you look at your opponent's hand and all monsters they control, and if you do, destroy the monsters among them with 1500 or more attack, which is better than deck devastation because you get to possibility to destroy shit with higher attack. But the problem is that then your opponent can destroy up to 3 monsters in their deck with 1500 or more attack. That gives them the possibility if they're playing shit like tier, I think, because I can't remember right now off the top of my head how strong this is. Yeah, 1500 or more, they can pop a tier limits cast tier, and any one of, if they're playing like pure tier, they can pop any tier card from their deck and just fucking just start milling, because literally all the tier cards are 1500 or more. So it's like, in the rare situation where you might go against a certain deck that needs those cards engraved, you're screwed. But if you're not, then the Crush card is actually a decent card. But Deck Devastation is just a good card to destroy low level stuff. But it had its downsides, like I said. Originally, the reason that I put Triple Tactics and Thrust in here is because I was playing 2 Ferret Flames and I was drawing into it a lot. But I wasn't drawing into it and getting the Dinomorphia stuff fast enough. Like I said, I was either winning games quickly or I was losing them quickly. So it was like, also a little bit of impatience on my part, not gonna lie, but it was like I wanted to see this card a little less. I have a lot of ways of getting into it, so I wasn't trying to have 2 of these and keep drawing into it as much as I was. D-Barrier, just for D-Barrier shit, it can win you a game evenly. Same Imperm, Ice Dragon's Prison. Now For the people who don't know Ice Dragon Prison does, let me tell you, because I kept fucking this up a lot in a lot of my games, which I didn't end up saving because I normally lost them. And I'm not gonna show misplays of cards that actually are fucking simple and I'm just dumb and can't read. Target one monster in your opponent's grave, special summon it to your field, but its effects are negated. Then you can banish one monster from both players' field that have the same type as each other. That's the key part of it. Literally the last sentence I was not reading. They have to have the same type. Because I always thought Ice Dragon was, okay, boom, I grab something from your grave and boom, I get it off your field. I never noticed that it was same typing required. And then when I started using it, I was like, why is it not working? I'm grabbing a card from his grave and it's not giving me the option to banish it. And then I read that one game and I was like, oh, I'm fucking dumb. I need to actually pay attention to typing. Why? Fuck that. Just let me target and banish. One domain, like I said, because you only want to use it. 2 frenzies because you'd rather go into frenzy than domain. 1 welcome because you're using extra deck cards with lab and you're not trying to lock yourself, because welcome lab does lock you for fiends for 2 turns. Big welcome, just because that's normally what you want to go into. And then I had an extra spot and I was like, fuck it, Solemn Judgment. And as you saw in a lot of games, Solemn Judgment's really good. Only thing that sucks about Solemn Judgment is you can't activate it when a monster activates an effect. You can only do it when they would be summoned or they activate a spell or trap. And the spell or trap part is good, especially doing this if you have frenzy or domain on field, because you're lowering your life points more so they have less effects that they can activate. But like I said, it comes at a cost. It's dangerous, you know. Quickly running over the extra deck, Ketragina. We all know Ketragina does Ketragina. Targets of a Dinomorphia trap engrave, banishes it, copies its effect, and then can bring out a Rexstrom. You could run more than 1 Rexstrom. I only have 1, so I only run 1, and you normally don't need to run more than 1 because Rexstrom gets destroyed and brings back out Ketragina or Stealthbergia, but you normally go Ketragina. But like I said, Ketragina, we know what that's here. Same with Stealthbergia. That you're not ever gonna actually go into this card normally. You just use this for frenzy to go into the Rexstrom, and so you have a Ketragina and Rexstrom on field. Chaos Angel, because of the level 8 and the level 2 right here, that's normally the only time you ever go into that. Baguska, if you somehow get a Ariana and a Theresia on field, like say for example you were able to somehow go into Theresia and you brought out Ariana off one of your labyrinth cards, and then you need to go into Baguska, you can. I did it like 1 time, but Baguska wasn't too great in that situation, but it's just there. And then if you need Baguska attack, then go into Zeus, clear the field if you need it. IP Masquerena, just random links at this point. Dark Charmer, I normally hate running the fucking Charmers because I normally never go against the type that I need, but obviously there's a lot of light and darks running around right now, so at least running either the light or dark Charmer is good. But legit, normally everybody has this in their deck, and then I normally never go against fucking darks, or I never have the opportunity to go into Dark Charmer when they have a dark engrave, so I was like, fuck it. Muckraker, just to protect your Dinomorphia cards if you can go into it. I never went into it, but it's the same like with Buster Blade. If you can go Muckraker, then it'll help you. Unicorn, just so you can drop a card potentially. Blackluster Soldier, just a random link that I was like, fuck it, just throw it in there just in case you might need to use this banish 1 card on field effect or make it stronger, you never know. And then access code, and then Underworld Goddess. Everything after the Zeus is just generic link shit besides Muckraker. Muckraker is just a good card to have in there, but besides Muckraker, everything else is just generic links in the deck, and that's pretty much the whole deck. Not too much crazy about it. As you saw, it won me some games. I did also struggle because I can't read cards, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know how y'all feel about Dinomorphia Lab. I think it's decent. I still think Buster Blade is better just because when you get it off, it can actually do it. It's such a satisfying thing, and it locks your opponent out of extra deck cards, so you have a lot more security with it if you can get it out, especially with Muckraker protecting you and keeping your Buster Dragon permanently. Problem with it is that it takes 2 cards and you don't always have access to both those cards, or you might not get lucky and throw a drag in the grave. While this, you literally just need to grab this, and then that's full combo for the Dinomorphia shit. So it's a lot simpler and better in that aspect. But let me know how y'all feel down below. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and join the Discord down below if you want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And fighting games and shit. I have been playing some Grand Blue. I will be doing a ranked video on that soon. Also, let me know what decks y'all want to play. Any anime decks or anything like that. I have some decks, but I don't have all of them, so let me know and I'll see, and I'll pick one that I may already have, or I'll pick one that I might be wanting to play. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
I wanna be good, but I'm stuck being bad. I wanna get money and chill by myself. I wanna spend money, my family need help. I need me a girl just to help with the stress. Somebody to care, this hair, this rare, beware. My fault is heavy, this chain is heavy. I know they gon' hate me, cause haters is plenty. I rode in an Altima, burned out a Chevy. Those times were heavy.